All right, so we are middle of July, and it's been a while since I've done one of these videos looking at the stats from a really great rental site, Rent from a Villager. So today we're just going to go through the stats and see what renters are actually looking for and requesting on this site. So first thing we want to look at is the bathrooms. And of course, 2+ bathrooms is by far the biggest request. 1+ is at 13%, but 2+ is at 73%. That's been that way forever, so no changes there. And bedrooms, we're going to look at the same thing. People want at least 2 bedrooms. You can see that the 1 bedroom, 12% or 5%. Really, if you're an investor and you're looking for a rental in the villages, you shouldn't be buying a 1 bedroom home. They may be cheaper, but they're just not going to rent out the way 2 bedrooms do, or the 3+ bedrooms at 28%. So 2 or 3 bedrooms is the way to go. Let's look at special features. Long-term rental always shows up here at 28%. So people are still looking for long-term rentals. But after that, if you allow pets and if you have a golf cart included, you are in way better position to rent out your property than if you don't do that. Private pool sneaking up to about 7%, king side beds at 6%, and a 4-seater golf cart 5%. Interesting, pet free is at 4%. So interesting to see that. Some people do want pet free, but for the most part, people are asking for if pets are allowed or if they have a golf cart. So if you've got pets and golf carts, you're going to get way more traction than if you don't offer those. Let's look at regions. Again, Sumter at 21%, but you can see that it's starting to spread out more as far as the regions. Brownwood's in second at 17, Brownwood Fenny at 13, Sawgrass at 13, Spanish Springs at 11, Eastport 11. Eastport's made big gains on people looking for that area, even though there's not much down there yet. It's going to be the premier location. It's going to take over the historic side and the Spanish Springs area. I think that the historic area at 3%, Spanish Springs at 11% are going to be surpassed by the Eastport. Eastport's, within 12 months is going to be within Sumter, Brownwood, Eastport, Sawgrass. Those are going to be the top 4 where people are looking, and I think that that's going to happen fairly quickly as soon as Eastport starts opening up. Property type, people are always looking for courtyard villas, patio villas, and then on to designers. You can see those are the top 3 or 4 picks here. Premier homes, carriage villa, cabanas. I'm not even sure what that is, but you're looking at villas. That's the most popular. They're the most affordable, and they fall in the range where people want to pay for a rental in the villages. The village, it's interesting to look at this sort of big view, and you can see that the Luna, St. Catherine, Moultrie Creek, Shady Brook, Fenny, Richmond, Citrus Grove, those are in the top picks. Interesting enough, if you sort of swipe down from top left to bottom right, you'll see that it's the newer areas that swipe down to the older areas. So DeLuna, St. Catharines, Moultrie Creek, Shady Brook, Fenny, Richmond, Citrus Grove. And then you get into the Bonnybrook, Belvedere, DeSoto, but they're all at 2%. All of these are in 2% area. So they're all the same. Basically, people are okay with between the 6s or some of the more established areas. But in general, they go from new areas down to old areas. You can see Country Club Hills, Delmar, Glenbrook, Liberty Park at 1%, all the older areas. People like new, and that's why they're going down to the south end of the villages. End dates, let's have a look and see where we are. So we're in the middle of July now, and people are still looking for January and February and March of 2026, the big ticket, 14%. And then February is the next biggest, January 3rd biggest, and March 4th biggest. So in order, they're looking at January, February, March as a block, but then they'll jump to February if nothing's available, then January at 10%, March 9%. People are still looking for the fall. October, people are looking for 9%, and August 2025, right around the corner at 8%. So people are looking to come down and check out the villages right away. Interesting to see, but if you're going to be renting, you got to get your pricing down for the January, February, March. That's your big ticket months, that's where you got to make hay when the sun's shining. So get those rented out. And then if you have to do piecemeal, you can do February at a higher rate than January and then higher rate than March. So that's what the stats are telling you. Hopefully that helps you out with your rental. That's what renters are looking for in July of 2025. Hope that helps.